Welcome everybody back to Icewind Rime of the Frostmaiden. When last everybody was here, you guys had began your journey in the frozen town of East Haven. You learned several things, that the entire north has been plunged into just a never-ending winter that's been going on now seemingly for a couple of years, cut off and isolated from the rest of the world as the mountain passes through the spine of the world have become nigh impassable, and the sea of moving ice is starting to freeze over. Supplies and the ability to get things from the southern world has dwindled and diminished as there's less and less supply runs. The north survives mainly on trapping and fishing, mostly for knucklehead trout, things of that like. And you guys have been up there for a bunch of various reasons and have banded together basically for survival, doing odds and ends jobs. The local cities have taken to providing sacrifices to the deity that many of the people here blame for this never-ending winter, a evil goddess by the name of Ariel, the goddess of winter, basically, of winter's wrath. In the city of East Haven, where you began your journey, in the bar of the wet trout, you were you were quested by a dwarven woman by the name of Hillen Trollbane to seek out and find who she believed was responsible for the local hubbub that was going on about town, which was a series of murders that had got the people of the north on edge. People found stabbed to death with an ice dagger through their heart. She believed that a man by the name of Sefik Kaltro, who was traveling with a band of merchants named Torgas, was responsible, as the deaths all seemed to follow Torga's traveling merchants' travels. You also learned about the sacrifices in the town of East Haven, which were human sacrifices to the goddess Ariel, where people were being cast out into the tundra to meet their fate and become Ariels. Basically, their souls commended to Ariel, to the frozen cold. You saw a red wizard who was burned at the stake for killing some local adventurers. And you learned that several recent knucklehead fishermen they walked their boats across the frozen ice to find fishing holes had gone missing, and the local militia had tried to find them but had not had any success, and the local sheriff was looking for assistance. You took up residence in one of the local bars, a tavern and inn by the name of the White Lady Inn, where the owner of the inn, a man by the name of Bartabin Silverhand, convinced our bard to take up residence as local comedian. In exchange for putting on a good show, you were able to get room and board. Bartabin told you that his most recent shipment of honeymead was the last, and that none more had come from the town of Goodmead, where the mead is made. You also learned from the local owner of the East Haven ferry, whose ferry boat was locked in ice, a tiefling by the name of Scython, who basically was sitting in the wet trout drinking since his ferry boat had been closed, that there was a 9-foot-tall giant that attacked and took the honeymead, was the rumor about town. After hearing this twice from Bartabin and from Scython, you guys decided what better to do than save the beer. Local fishermen missing, murders happening. You learned about a lake monster that was besieging a town. No. Beer. Off to the town of Goodmead you guys went, and along the way you stole an Ioun stone from a local merchant and dealt with his case mimic, which I'm going to show you, trying to show you baddies. Here's a case mimic. And encountered a pack of wild wolves along the way, eventually making it into the town of Goodmead. In the town of Goodmead, you found the town mostly empty, all of the buildings cold, the lights dimmed, only one building with any real activity, the large hall in the center of town. Hearing buzzing basically all the way outside of the town. As you approached, you found your way into the Hall of Goodmead. There you encountered a woman by the name of Olivessa Untapur, who was sitting drinking and looked a little bit different than the rest of the crowd with olive skin. You learned that she was descended from the original Chultan people that founded the town of Goodmead, that brought the bees and the fire flower that they pollinate all the way from the far southern continent of Chult. And she is descended from them and makes casks for the honeymead. You learned that the speaker of the town, a man by the name of Kendrick Reelsbarrow, a large man in of himself, had tried to deal with the creature that had stolen the casks. The locals called it not a giant or a frost giant, as you had heard maybe from Scythen, but something called a verbeeg, which is sort of a giant kin, kind of somewhere between ogre, giant, something like that. They weren't exactly clear on exactly what that was, but like a giant man, not quite as tall, not quite as dumb as hill giants, but in the sort of giant family is sort of what you'd learned. She gave you welcome and showed you how the honeymead was made and where the events had happened. And you learned also that since the speaker's death, there's a decision that has to be made in the town of Goodmead about who the next speaker will be. She, being descended from the original Chultan people, Olivessa, she feels pressure and is being pressured by some of her friends and kinfolk to take up the mantle as the next speaker because they fear a man by the name of Shindar Froth may become the next speaker, and they feel that he's untrustworthy. And she doesn't really want this. In fact, even going so far as to suggest that maybe Cadillac Granite Guts would serve as speaker, he obviously declining such an offer. The next day, she agreed to show you, after you survived a cold night as the town of Goodmead was sacrificing warmth to the goddess. After a cold night, she agreed to show you where the verbeeg had taken the mead off into the woods surrounding the town. As you were headed outwards, a man dressed in winter gear carrying a caged fox came running out of the woods in a panic. His name was Fef Morgan, and Fef was a local trapper that told you that he'd discovered a grisly scene. Apparently, several days hence, a group of about 5 militia members from the town of Goodmead had gone looking for the honeymead, and he found what was left of them. Their chests caved in and skulls collapsed in a beating of sorts. You followed the trail and found their bodies, taking some of their weapons and a little bit of gold that was on them, but not much else found. Eventually following heavy tracks that you found outside of their beating, outside of their bodies. Following the heavy tracks through the snow and ice in the woods for several hours until you came upon a large hillside surrounded by trees and 3 cave entrances that I'll take you to now. Well, that's a little loud. As soon as I get it. Here we are. All right. What you see, the trail culminates at a rocky hillside with pines growing out around its base. Set into the hill are 3 caves. Frozen Creek that you sort of followed near the end of your trail emerges from the west cave, which has a low-hanging mouth. The center cave, an 8-foot-high passage hewn from the rock, is mostly blocked by a tight strand of conifers and 2 massive fallen logs. And the northeast cave has a big yawning mouth, and flickers of light emanate from within. The tracks of your quarry seem to head through this eastward entrance. It's cold, and the day is drawing towards an early end, as the sun seems to set earlier and earlier as we go. And this is where we find you all. What do you guys do?
There are only one set of footprints?
Yes, if you want to roll investigation or something to look for more, you can.
Would it be investigation or survival?
Yeah, I guess either, really. Survival or investigation. 18, yeah, you really only see one set of footprints right now. With an 18, you can tell that they, yeah, at least where you're at, you can only see one set of footprints there.
Is this a cave right here in the middle behind these two?
Yes. 3 cave entrances, one here, one mostly blocked by trees, and then one over here.
I think what I would like to do is go up and see if I can sort of peer into the one that's mostly blocked. See if.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up to that entrance and peer in, and it's mostly dark. Do you have any night vision or anything? Dark vision?
It's gonna follow.
Yeah, I have dark vision for 60 feet.
Okay. You're following? Okay.
Yep.
You don't see any light emanating from within. As you approach, one thing that strikes you without having to roll anything is that as you sort of get near the edge of this cave, the walls seem to be hewn. They're not hewn recently, but they're like smoothed, like some ancient people or something had carved on these walls.
Does my stone cunning help?
Yeah, roll history, take advantage. Are you up there? Are you all up there?
I am at least.
All right. Is everybody following just to the center as
Yes.
some people approach, or some people hanging back?
Yes.
I'm gonna follow.
I'll stick with everybody.
All right, then
Leonard
I will
does not venture from the pack in the snow.
Sure. Then I'm going to bring everybody to that scene really quick. Okay. Give me just a second to put you there. Arcus, Ardella, Toot, and Cadillac. Okay, so the scale on this map is a little bit different than the scale on the other map, but for our purposes, you're going to be before the center entrance, okay? All right. So this being the center entrance, this being sort of the eastern entrance, and this being sort of the westernmost entrance with the frozen river, okay? Cadillac, you roll me history, and you can take advantage for your stone cunning.
Okay.
You have advantage, right? On.
Yes. With advantage, I rolled a 13, and also my D&D Beyond extension got uninstalled for some reason, so it'll be a moment before I can send that across.
Okay.
But I rolled
Okay.
a 13.
What you can tell with the 13 is that these are definitely a carved passage. And it's human for sure, worked with tools. It's rougher than like dwarf would be. The work is not fine like dwarves would be, and elves wouldn't carve anything into the stone like this, and definitely not like animal made, and the sizing would be human for sure. So as a dwarf, you're like, this was carved by people. And the one thing that you can tell is that you see what looked like niches cut into the wall. And as an expert stone cunner, as a dwarf, you could tell like these look like this is like a burial niches or something like that, like ancient tomb work is what this would sort of look like too. With a 13, your thoughts are old tribe of some sort? You're from a tribe, right? Yeah, initially.
Yes.
So yeah, so you would think this is some sort of ancient human tribal thing. Is your thoughts? This would have been like a burial site for them.
Interesting. So I share this with the group.
That's what you get with stone cutting there. If you look closer, you'd have to move in to get a closer look at it. But that's sort of just what you intuit.
So it's a very dark tomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving in cautiously.
And I'll follow.
All right, you can go
I'll
ahead
follow.
and move in. Okay, so
Yeah.
as you, yes, sir.
Before Leonard follows, do I know anything about whether, like, burial areas are cursed or trapped or bad places to be where bad things happen?
Leonard, what? You're a robot, not from this area.
Right. So I don't know much.
So roll me history. I think the DC is pretty high. Okay. You, Leonard, know that like curses and things are real, but what did you do before you were here?
I was a gnomish repair bot, basically.
Were you like BattleBot or something? Or?
No, I fixed the battle bots and I fixed like other stuff. Just
Okay.
an engineer of sorts.
Yeah, okay. So I'll give you what an engineer might intuit, okay? Curses and magic are real, but other things have like moved into this space. So if curses and magic are real, like they don't seem to be bothering what else has moved in here.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
That's like what an engineer might think is the best thing I can give you. So you don't know, like curses and magic are definitely real.
All right.
Okay. As you move in, Harkus, you can see the walls of this tunnel are a couple of feet. There are these little niches off of the main tunnel, and each of them are a couple of feet wide, a couple of feet tall, and about 5 feet deep. And you can see human bones inside each of these little niches. There's also what looked like maybe some animal bones scattered around.
All right, I am not going to disturb any of that and just sort of slowly make my way through.
Okay. Okay, as you make your way through there, roll me perception. Tunnel sort of breaks into two paths, east and west.
My passive perception is 12.
Okay. With a 12, since you can't do any worse than that, you can hear and smell the sounds of crackling fire coming from the eastern passage. And you hear some rustling movement relatively close to you. In fact, what you hear, sort of a scraping sound. You hear some crackling fire coming from the east, and then like this scraping sound.
Okay.
Are you trying to be real quiet as you enter this area?
Yes.
What's everybody else doing? I want to flash back to Ardella and Leonard as these guys have made their way in. You guys are, the other three of you are still sort of standing on the outside.
No, I'm promptly following along. I don't believe in
following behind.
getting
Okay.
left behind.
What
All right.
time is it right now?
It's probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys set out and it had been most of the day, so it's probably later than that. Actually, I think I said it was about 8 hours of travel, so it's getting to be evening time. So it's getting dark outside.
So I'm just going to kind of turn around and mouth scraping sound.
Yeah, and you sort of can hear just this like. In fact, I'll.
Okay. So again, I'm going to try and move quietly along this wall.
Okay. Okay. Roll me stealth. As you move over there, you can now see a fire crackling over in that area.
How in the world I have a +5 to stealth and roll a freaking 9?
It's okay.
Come on.
Depends on something's perception. Okay. You still hear the same like scrape, scrape, scrape sound.
Okay.
Harkus, what did you do before you were adventuring here?
So he's actually a professional sort of adventurer.
Okay.
So he was kind of a member of an elite sort of religious fighting squad, and then became basically an adventurer.
All right. So based on your background, Harkus, as you're moving in here, this sounds to you like metal on stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
This scraping sound sounds like metal on stone. And in fact, if you didn't know better, roll insight. $17. With the 17, it sounds like somebody's working a whetstone to you.
Okay. So I'm going to sort of move back a little bit and then sort of fill everybody in on basically that there's something in there by a fire sharpening metal on a whetstone, presumably some kind of a weapon.
The sharpening sound is actually much closer than the fire. You're not 100% certain where it's coming from.
Okay.
But it's much, much closer.
So with that, I think what I'm going to do is try and sneak over here a little bit.
Okay, roll me stealth again.
Okay.
As you're trying to
better
sneak.
than a 9. Nope. Even worse.
So all depends on perception.
About to be a new character.
Okay. So what happens here, I think, is you sort of step on some rocks and kind of kick them a little bit. And your perception of 12, since you're sort of listening to it, the scraping sound stops for a second.
Have I gotten any better idea of where the scraping sound is coming from?
Roll me active perception since you're trying to listen. And Toot, I guess you can too, since he's mouthed this to you.
I'm not sure what that means, but
Just roll perception.
okay.
It's not passive. You're trying to listen for something.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
It's close. Like this direction.
Toot knows.
Okay.
Toot, it's close. Like right behind this like rock formation that Harkus is standing against.
Are there any small stones about?
Yes, several.
Okay. Can I pick up one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to hopefully find something that's fairly small that I can kind of completely enclose in my hand.
Yeah, you're able to do so. This is not difficult.
Yeah, and I'd like to cast light on it, but I want it to be held in my hand so that it's not actually emitting light outside of my hand unless I were to release it.
Okay. Light.
It's a cantrip and it doesn't require concentration.
Yes. My question is, what are the components for light? It's verbal, and there's a verbal component to this. So
There is a verbal.
You
Yeah.
have to say it. So if you're going to try, are you going to try to like whisper the incantation to light to not be heard?
Yeah. I'll
'Cause
say I
you
don't.
can't just you can't. I don't know that you're just going to want to go like or whatever you have to say to out loud.
Unfortunately, I don't think Toot ever doesn't tell a joke whenever he's telling or casting a spell. So I'll say I don't usually tell people about my light puns, but I like to keep them in the dark because I like to keep them in the dark. So I'll just mumble it under my breath. And I assume I need a stealth check or something.
Yes, please.
Okay.
You say it very, very, very stealthily under your breath.
Okay.
Could Cadillac and Harkus hear it?
I don't know. Could they?
I don't
I
know.
don't know how to tell that.
Probably not with a perception of 8.
Should I roll perception for that?
Sure, Harkus or Cadillac. Let's see if you heard Toot's joke. I want to see if you laughed.
Fuck.
No, you didn't hear it.
Well,
Okay.
well, Toot.
I just wanted to know if they laughed, if they could hold back the laugh to Toot's joke. But no, Toot, you managed to under your breath say a joke, and you have light cast upon this stone.
Okay. I'll turn around and look at the others and like beckon them forward so that they
Okay.
get a little bit closer to where we're at.
So Leonard and Ardella and Yatara, you're being summoned forward. Are y'all moving forward?
Yeah.
Feel free to move your characters wherever you want to be.
The movement that we heard, it's basically on the other side of this, right? That
Yes.
I thought I perceived.
Yes, somewhere
Okay.
over here. Not 100% certain where. The scraping sound that had stopped earlier seems to have started back.
Okay. I can't really see in this direction because I can't really see well in the dark, but I think I'm going to throw the rock somewhere in this general direction
Okay.
and try to cause a distraction in that way.
So where exactly you're going for, like right here?
That's black to me, so sure, we'll go in that direction.
All right. Let me get a lit up rock here. Hang on. And I'm going to have you make me a quick athletics check to see how. This is not a very far throw, I guess. You're throwing this 20 feet.
That's about as far as I can see, so yes, that's about where I'm throwing it. You said
Okay.
athletics?
Yeah, just make me a quick athletics check. See. Just don't rail it. Yeah, okay. That's good enough. Basically, if you crit failed, something was going to happen bad. But, all right, hang on. Let me make this emit light. How does the light cantrip say what it emits? How much? 20
it
feet?
does. It is
20 and
20 foot radius dim, and then or
20
20 foot. Yeah.
20
20 each.
bright.
20 dim.
It's 20 bright and 20 bright. Okay. So here we go.
And basically, as soon as I start hearing, if I hear movement going in that direction, I want to start moving closer this way. Just
Got it.
using it as a distraction.
Okay. Let's see if that emitted light like it was supposed to. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Can you see that right there?
If I move, yes, I can see it.
Yeah. That's your stone that has emitted light. Okay. As that happens, you hear all of a sudden a crunch, and you hear a sound go, and then heavy footsteps walk over towards this thing, brandishing what looks like a large spear in its hand, and looks down at the rock, and you just hear this thing going,
Yeah, in the process, Toot's sneaking the other direction.
As it sort of leans over and is looking at the rock. That's what's happening, everybody. Can everybody see what's happening?
I'm following Toot.
All right. This thing's completely distracted. You're certainly able to sneak around Toot as it's staring at this glowing rock. You guys making...
Yeah, I just look
off?
at the others and go, like, I just shrug my arms. It's like, what direction? I start pointing and shrugging.
You see the thing pick up the rock and is sort of seems to be like holding it in its hand as it's glowing and staring at it. It's got its back turned to you right now.
Well, if it's not paying attention to us, I'm going to continue walking this way and just seeing what's around the corner.
Are you walking fast and moving, or are you...
No, my intent was to be able to use that as a distraction to sneak.
Gotcha. Toot, as you round the corner over here, you see a frozen stream that seems to come from the south that is heading back further into the tunnel to the north. Yeah, that's what you see.
I glance back at the others as if to ask for direction.
Toot, as you do so, as y'all are standing there, the creature that was flipping around with the rock has at this point turned around and is holding the rock and looks at all of you standing there as Toot's going, which way? And just goes, "Urgh!" Does anybody speak giant?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Does anybody have a hat of gnomish giant translation?
No, I speak Gnomish though.
Good to know. This thing just grunts at you and sees all of you standing there and just begins to like run in your direction and brandishes this spear. Everybody roll initiative.
Sorry.
It was a good distraction. Just not sure what we were doing with it. It worked well till we stood in its line of sight and shrugged our shoulders about where we were going.
Jeff, I rolled a 4.
Okay. Ooh. Need to turn some of that down a bit. I'll get you in just a second. Okay. You rolled a 4.
Yes.
All right. As this thing starts moving towards you all, it's up first in the order, and it chucks a spear that it's been sharpening at Ardella. And Ardella, it rolls a 21 to hit, which I know has to hit.
Pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ardella, how much HP do you have?
Oh lord. You're killing me already.
How much HP do you have?
19.
Okay. Okay, so the spear thrown from this monster is 3d8 plus 4.
Alright guys, it was nice knowing you.
Rolled 888. It rolled max damage. Ardella, you take 28 piercing damage. And you're not dead outright, but I think what you guys see is a spear go through Ardella's body. Just pierce right through her. And Ardella falls over unconscious and starting to bleed out. Toot, you sort of see this happen and you're up. What do you do? It lets out this awful growl.
I got 1 HP.
Yep. You're not dead, you're just unconscious. You see Ardella starting to bleed out.
No, because I have relentless endurance.
Oh, so you're not unconscious, you're still up.
Yes.
Okay, you see Ardella is conscious, she has a spear through her.
I'm not happy. About to rip it out and throw it at him.
Okay. Seeing that she's still up, I assume she's fine.
And the spear sticking in.
Yeah, that's.
Walk it off.
With that, you can walk it off. It's fine. I'll look at it and say, "Did you hear about the giant with diarrhea? It's all over town." And I'll cast Mockery.
Oh god. Vicious Mockery.
Yep.
Okay. It's not very wise. It rolls a 2. So it takes 2 psychic damage, and it's going to have disadvantage on its next attack.
Yep.
Harkus, you're up.
My god. How in the world did a 7 end up that fast? Okay. I'm going to shoot a dart at it.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
A 10 is a hit.
Sweet mother.
He's not wearing any armor. He's just a big man who yelled some mumbo jumbo at you that you couldn't understand. Okay. Anything else?
I feel like running up to him and hitting him with my unarmed strike is probably not the best idea. I think I'll just stay here.
Okay.
Maybe I'm gonna move. Let me move, like right. You know what? I'm gonna move in front of Ardella.
Okay. Ardella, you're up. You have a spear through you. I don't know how you're conscious.
Special. So, what would I have to roll to like take the spear out and throw it back at the guy in his face, other than like a nat 20?
Do it. Just do it. If you want a spear, if you want to know what the stats are for a spear that you can hold, you're not as strong as a giant. It's 1d6, and it's plus your strength or dex. So.
Okay. Do I?
So do you want to know what to roll to roll a spear? Okay.
Yeah.
Since it won't be on your character sheet, roll me a d20. Add your proficiency modifier plus 2, and what's your strength?
Okay, so I just click D20 on here?
No, what's your strength modifier?
Oh, strength plus 3.
All right, so roll it's going to be plus 5 to hit. So roll a d20 and add 5.
Okay.
Just roll a straight d20. Okay, 13 is a hit. You rip the spear out of your chest and chuck it back at it and hit it. So now roll a d6 plus 3.
6.
So 7 damage as you hit it with a spear for 7 damage.
Okay.
All right. The spear chunks into his shoulder and takes a chunk out of him for 7 damage. It doesn't hit him as nearly as hard as it hit you. Take inspiration. Take inspiration for the cool act of ripping the spear out of your chest and throwing it back at the giant.
That'll teach him.
What else are you? Anything else you doing?
Oh. Gee, licking my wounds.
Okay. Cadillac
No.
Granite Guts, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move around the corner over here to give him another direction to focus on. And then I am going to throw a pike at him.
Okay. That hits for a big chunk of damage. Wow. Leonard,
All right.
darn near saw Ardella just die and then somehow not die.
I'm gonna move to here. Maybe not in the wall, but like right beside it. I don't really like being out front. That's probably a bad idea, but I've already done it, so we're going to stick with it. I am assuming that I can, without too much trouble, find...
What was your initiative, Yatara? I don't have you in the tracker, so what did you roll for initiative? Sorry.
It was a lowly 1. I don't know why it's not coming over.
That's okay. I'm going to add it. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I didn't skip somebody.
It's fine. I'm going to assume that I can find something between 1 and 5 pounds laying on the ground here.
There are rocks and things. Yes.
All right. Did that pass through? Yes.
All right. So you threw a giant. You magnetoed a rock at it.
I magnetoed a rock at it. DC 13 dex set.
All right. That's going to be a hit. As the
All right.
rock
16
smacks
bludgeoning damage.
for 16. All right, Yatara, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to move. I think I'm going to move to where beside Cadillac, and then also cast Hideous Laughter.
Ooh, okay. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. All right. So that is a wisdom save. You can cast it on your sheet here, and oh no. Okay, so as you cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, this creature he rolls the crit on his wisdom saving throw. So unfortunately, as you try to like enchant him with your mind and take him to start laughing, he just sort of shakes his head and goes, "You don't know giant, but you recognize this word," as he grabs his ears and goes, "No, no, 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 no." And he turns actually and shouts something in giant in the opposite direction towards the east where the fire was crackling.
Oh, fantastic.
And he's up. And he comes charging at Leonard and just takes his spear and tries to jam it through your face with disadvantage. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You're very, very lucky because the rolls here were a crit. The disadvantaged roll is a 19.
Oh. All right.
It's not a crit. It's not plus that much. He's just good rolling. He does 19 damage to you.
Oh dear.
As he just jams the spear into you. Are you still conscious?
No, I'm at 0.
All right, spear at 1. That didn't double your HP. You just watch him jam this into Leonard's face, and Leonard, like the little lights and stuff just sort of blink out on Leonard as he's like, this creature's going, no! And grinding the spear into Leonard's head.
Poor robot.
Toot. Ardella was fine. Leonard does not look fine.
Okay. I'm gonna move over. So I'm gonna look at Leonard, and with a bonus action, I'm gonna say, does an apple a day keep the doctor away? Only if you aim it well enough. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word. Or you get 5 HP.
Okay.
With my action, I'm gonna look at the giant and say, what do you get when a giant steps on a house? Mushrooms. And I'll cast Vicious Mockery with my action.
So good. This time he rolls an 8 on the Wisdom save. Why didn't that work with Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Tasha's Hideous Laughter is the answer to this encounter. Like, literally, I might cast that again. Okay, so he takes 4 psychic damage. All right, Harkus, you're up. And he has disadvantage on his next attack.
All right. I'm gonna move up here with my better judgment, and I'm gonna swing my new longsword at him, two-handed.
Okay.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, I'm afraid that's a miss.
God, it's like lingering on the 19. Like it's
It
happening.
hangs on there and then falls over.
All right,
But-
well, I'm gonna unarmed strike him and see if I can just punch him in the face.
and punch a giant in the face.
That worked.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay. Ardella, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna.
Clinging to life, Ardella.
As long as I have one breath left, I'm going to get my great axe
Okay.
and slash at him.
That's a hit. Move your character to where you want to be so that I know who he attacks next.
I can get up there, and I'll die on the next attack. That's okay.
That's a
All
hit?
right.
Maybe not. Wow, Ardella.
Did it?
Bringing down the pain.
Yes.
All right, Cadillac, you can't see what's going on with him right now. He's behind a wall. I know Hawkins, for the recording purposes, you can see, but Cadillac can't.
I can hear the commotion, certainly.
Yep.
And so I'm going to move up to here,
Okay.
and then I am going to throw another pike at him.
Okay. That's a critical miss.
Oh no!
All right, Stickman. Mr. Robot, you're up. Leonard.
Sorry, I've been talking and doing stuff. So I'm going to absolutely move away, but probably not before attacking. So I'm going to attempt to hit with Ray of Frost.
That hits. Okay.
For 6 damage. And then, oh, no, I can't move without provoking.
You will provoke.
Yeah, then I'm going to sit right where I am.
All right, Commando Fix-It Bot. You're just going to stay next to the big giant with the big spear. Yatara, you can't see them, but you can certainly hear what's going on, and you saw Cadillac run around the corner and throw a spear.
Yeah, I'm
What
going
are
to
you
follow
doing?
Cadillac.
Okay.
And then also... I'm gonna launch Chromatic Orb.
Ooh, okay. Chromatic Orb. Chromatic Orb is an attack roll, right? So I'll need to know what your attack roll was, I think. It's a spell attack roll rather than a...
So it was a 17 plus 5 modifier.
Yeah, that hits. His AC is 10, so... Yeah, go ahead and tell me what the damage is and what the type is.
What did Nick come over?
So it's 1d8, it's 3d8 of a damage type you choose. That's a lot of damage.
Doing fire damage.
Okay. Fire damage, how much was it total? It's not crossing over into roll 20 for some reason.
I don't know why it doesn't. It did that last time at the end.
Another way you can do it is just roll it in the dice roller like that, you know.
There we go. We'll go with that.
All right, we can go with that. 12 fire damage. He lets out a scream, and Cadillac and Yatara, both of you two roll perception really quick. Cadillac, you hear definitively heavy clunking footsteps coming from the east, seems to be running in your direction. You would judge within 6 seconds of arriving.
I rolled a 15. He didn't come over.
Yeah. It's his turn. And who hit him for the most damage? 12 from the chromatic orb. Harkus, you punched him in the face, right? No, that's what happened. Harkus gets two-handed spear to the chest. Harkus, a 12?
Nope.
He tries to spear Harkus in the chest and misses. Toot, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna move up again. And then I will... I'm just gonna continue with Vicious Mockery. So I will look at him and say, what does the Iron Deficient Giant say? 5 faux fum.
Oh, God.
Just 5 faux fum. And I will...
Okay.
Alright, nobody's down or anything, right?
No. He fails that again and takes 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
And he looks over at you and he screams something else in Giant. That seems to be some sort of like plea for help, maybe? But he's repeating the same word over and over again, and you think maybe it's like a name or something like that? Anyway.
What does it sound like?
Yogabor! 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 Yogabor!
Okay.
Yeah, the phrase that he keeps repeating is Yogabor. Harkus, you're up.
Alright. Going with the two-handed longsword. Actually, yeah. I've already got it out. That's better.
Yeah, that's a hit.
What?
Oh! Is that max damage?
Yes.
All right, Harkus. Describe what happens as you bring down this Verbeeg giant.
just silent. It's just a cut, and I don't even look at it.
Where do you hit him?
Right across the midsection, right across his stomach.
He clutches his abdomen, drops down to his knees, and he screams some word in Giant, and then screams Yogobor again, and then falls down. Unresponsive. Ardella, you're up in initiative.
First I'm gonna beg for some healing.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, if he's down, then what's left now?
You don't see anything.
I do not. So,
Roll perception.
yeah.
Ardella, as he's down, you hear just this and then scraping and then like clawing sounds coming from the west, and you hear what sounds like heavy running footsteps coming from the east.
Lord Jesus. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go toward the west. It sounds like fewer, maybe.
Coming towards Toot's direction.
Okay.
You hear this and then clawing sort of sounds coming from Toot's direction, and heavy footsteps coming from Granite Guts' direction, towards where that flickering fire is.
Joy. Yeah, I'm gonna go, I guess, west, away from multiple sounds.
Okay, so you're begging for healing. You're like, help me,
Yeah.
someone help me.
Anybody?
Okay.
No. Okay.
Well, they can on their turn.
Okay.
So you have the option to move. Are you going to try to hide? You can take the hide action. You can take
Yeah.
you can ready an action. So you could say, like, if something comes around the corner, I throw my spear at it the moment it comes, or
Okay.
I'm going to try to hide, or you can do those with your action right now.
Okay. Well, I just got my great axe ready, so I guess I'll just
Okay.
hide and be ready for that.
Or so are you going to hide? Is that the action? You're going to take hide action?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I
you're
can
able
find a
to
place.
hide. Yeah. There's some niches here in what seem like burial chambers. You could easily, one is right here by Toot. You could duck into that and take some cover and be fairly well hidden.
Yeah.
All right. You have, I'm going to give you 3/4 cover with that. You're able to hide yourself, so that gives you a +2 to your AC.
Sweet.
Granite Guts, you're up. What do you do, Granite Guts?
Trying to decide. What I want to do is to retreat.
It's actually a
the way we
+5 to your AC, Melissa. Sorry. For the moment, while you're hidden. To retreat, where are you retreating to? I'll set the scene. Harkus just slashed its abdomen open. You hear heavy footsteps coming. The creature falls down in the snow. Ardella is bleeding from this giant chest wound, and you see her duck into a burial niche, trying to hide herself, taking cover and like holding her wound. Your robot friend has a few gears that have popped loose and looks kind of worse for the wear.
Okay, so I move over to Ardella and I cast Lay on Hands.
Okay.
And that is just +10 HP.
Yay.
Okay.
Thank
Ardella,
you.
you're feeling much better. You have 11 HP.
Yay, thank you.
And then I yelled to everyone that maybe we should go back to the entrance so that we can get these giants in a in a little bit of a funnel here and not be attacked on both sides.
Leonard, you're up.
All right. I am moving back toward relative safety with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then, my spell time. Hang on. Let me see if in D&D Beyond I have the capacity to heal, because I think I might. No, I don't. All right. I'm going to... Yep, I'm going to sit here.
Okay. Are you trying to hide, or are you readying an action?
I will ready. That's a great idea. Let me ready Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay.
And I'm going to aim that. Let me get back to my map here.
Sound coming from over here, and sound coming from over here.
Where's the here and
here? Kind of coming down each of these tunnels, pinching you guys in.
Okay, so I'm going to move to right here.
Okay.
In the mouth of this hall, so I have a back way. And then when I see something, I'm readying an action to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew when I see something in my field of view in this line.
All right. Yatara, you're up. You have a chance to ready something or to do something before anything hits.
I'm going to move more to the west as well with the group.
Okay. Move over there by Granite Guts, Toot, and Ardella.
I'm not sure what I would ready right now. Am I able to see to the west with dark vision?
You are able to see that way. You see the frozen river, and you hear something that's coming from around the bend. You'd have to move to where you could see around the bend to be able to see what's coming.
Can I move
the person that's in the
corner?
best position to see it is probably Leonard.
Yeah. I'm going to move to that corner to see if I can peek around the corner.
Okay, just move to wherever you want to go. Okay. From there, all right. As you come around the corner there, Yatara, you see it. There is a giant, what looks like cave bear, that is charging in your direction. And as you peek around the corner, its cold eyes lock with your eyes. And it has what looks like a little collar on it. The little collar says Yogg-Bor. Yatara, you see this. What do you do? It's charging in your direction and it has met your gaze. So you have the option to do something now.
Yeah, I'm going to try to measure. How far is it from me?
Not very far.
10 foot?
More like 15.
More like 15.
Yeah. Probably used most of your movement, so you can't really get any closer to it.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation.
Okay.
To create a shower of sparks to try to distract it.
Okay. I love that.
Use it.
Yeah, that's great. Describe what it looks like. Just sparks flying off, or you shooting sparks at it?
It is a shower of sparks about 5 foot in front of me, cast directly at the bear's nose.
Roll intimidation, take advantage using the sparks. You're trying to scare the bear, basically. And I'm going to contest that against the bear's wisdom, basically.
Rolled a 4.
Well, you have advantage, so roll it twice and take the higher. This is basically how intimidating are you and a shower of sparks are to a bear. You're trying to scare the bear.
A 7 was the best one.
Yeah, the bear's wisdom rolls an 18. The sparks, you shower sparks at it, and the bear sort of like rears back just a little bit, but then continues to charge in your direction. Toot, you are up. You see Yatara fire off a spell in this thing's direction, shooting sparkles and stuff like that. And I assume Yatara shouts bear or something. Or
Okay.
maybe Yagbor.
All right, so I will look over at Ardella first. With a bonus action. You're half an elf, right?
Yes.
You're elf, half orc? Yeah. I'll say, how many high elves will it take to fix a light bulb? Just one. He just holds the bulb and the entire world revolves around him. You have Bardic Inspiration.
Yay.
And then I will
Does
look
that
at
go with my other inspiration?
it's different. So Bardic Inspiration is a D... maybe? Where the DM's Inspiration is a reroll of a D20. So whatever you roll on a D20.
Okay.
Bardic Inspiration is a 1d6 that you can use towards attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. So you just add it to your roll whenever you want to use it.
Okay.
All right, so that was bonus action. Action. How big is this bear? Like, is it?
Bear
It's a big-
size.
It's a bear size. You know,
Okay.
you'd say about the size of a bear.
All
grizzly
right,
bear. Polar.
Yeah.
A little bit of difference.
All right, so I will look at the bear and I'll say, I'll think of a good joke in a minute. Just bear with me. And then I'll use Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
All right. The bear rolls a 15. Does that fail? That's close.
No, that succeeds.
Ah,
So it's still up, and I'm gonna start retreating and say, Granite Guts is right. Probably here.
okay. Harkus, you're up. Oh, where'd my bear in initiative go?
Guess I'm gonna move over here. And
Yagbor fell out of initiative somehow.
move right here and fire at the bear with the dart.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Seven damage. I'm gonna say Yagbor is up next since he'd fallen out of initiative. And he makes it around the corner. And is on top of you, Harkus.
Can I, just out of curiosity, can I ready my bonus action of the
Yeah, sure.
unarmed strike
Yeah, sure.
so that when he gets to me,
When
I
he
can
gets
just
to you,
start
punch him
wailing
straight
on
in the
him?
nose. You threw a dart, and as he's running up, as he runs up on you, you just slug him a good one.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this works, or if I just look like a fool and get eaten by a bear. Nope, it worked.
All right. What's your damage? 7. Yikes. The bear is going to try to maul at you. He claws at you first. 22 to hit.
That'll work.
Yeah, bet. And that does 12 slashing. And then he's going to bite at you. Holy cow.
This has turned out badly.
Yeah, it has. 13 to hit?
No, that does not.
All right, somehow still alive. Ardella evens Elven Spear.
Okay, so where is the bear in Kirsty? I'm still not hiding.
Right, you're hiding. You hear Harkus get mauled by the thing around the corner. So you know that it's down here somewhere.
Okay.
You could remain hidden, or you could dip out of hiding and attack it.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do. Around the corner, see this giant bear.
Oh God, bear!
Okay, I'm gonna come up on the bear and take my great axe at him.
Okay. That is not a hit.
Of course not.
You have a bardic inspiration die. If
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you do.
add it.
So
It's a D6.
D6.
Yep, just roll a d6. That's a hit.
Sweet. Yay. All right. Let me.
8 damage. The bear sort of reels backwards as you smack it with a great axe. Cadillac Granite Guts, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, I worry that my ready action is going to cause problems.
What your ready to action was to cauldron.
Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is a 5 by 30 foot line of acid.
Bye, Harkus. Bye, Harkus.
Yeah, I just looked at the map and
No. Planned readied actions. I'll give you the ability to I'll give you some spell shaping. So since this is planned and readied, I'm not gonna force you to take an action. In fact, really, this should have gone off the moment the bear came around the corner.
Right when I saw it. Yeah, okay, that makes me feel better.
So if you want to go ahead actually and roll that, the moment it came around the corner, it had to make that dex save. I just sort of forgot it because it's hard to remember everything.
No, so did I, but I looked up and I was thinking about my hitbox, and I was like, oh, that's going to have 2 people in it.
Okay, it meets a 13.
Okay, then it...
is that no damage, or does it take half?
It's a spell, so it's probably half, but let me confirm.
All right. While you're doing that, Cadillac, what are you doing?
Okay, so I am going to move here close to Toot, and then I am going to ready an action.
What's your ready to action?
Well, okay, so what is it called when that may not be what I want to do. What is it called when you're basically holding your attack until you see something come around?
That's a ready to action. You ready your attack.
Okay,
so yeah, okay.
So yeah, I want to ready attack.
How do you want to ready with what weapon? With what are you readying to do?
I am going to use a pike attack.
Okay.
Ready a pike
for
attack.
whatever's coming around the eastern corner.
Correct. And I'm going to stick here around the entrance to duck in.
Okay. Leonard, you're up actually, and was it half damage or nay?
No, 0 damage.
Okay, so you're up. Your acid spray missed the moment it went around the corner, but you're up now. So you can take another action or do whatever.
Well, Ray of Frost it.
Okay, that's a hit.
For 3 damage.
All right. Yatara, you're up. You might not like being in melee with a bear as a wizard.
No, not at all. I am going to move.
Right. Since it's come around the corner and it's on top of you, your only option to not have it potentially swipe at you would be to disengage with it. So you can use your action to disengage, and then it can't hit you, which is you push off of it or something. But then you can't take another action. You can still do a bonus action, or you could stay in melee range with it, use a spell, and attack it. If you just run away from it, it's going to get the opportunity to swipe at you. You'll take what's called an opportunity attack. So you'd have to use an action to try to get away without getting attacked. Decisions.
I'm actually going to try Thunderwave at it.
Oh, okay. Thunderwave.
To try to push it back.
Well, I like that. Yeah, if you move it backwards with Thunderwave, then...
would it be... Yeah, would it be out of melee attack range then?
Yeah, it would be out of melee attack range, because everything would be pushed 10 feet. Now, this will potentially hit Harkus, too, if he fails the save, but because it's a 15-foot cube, or like coming out of you, basically. Like, it just like blasts out of you in all directions.
Oh, in all directions.
I think so. A Thunder's Force wave sweeps out from you. Each creature within a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a con save.
You can place the cube originating from you. It doesn't have to be like, it's not a radius.
No, that's Shatter. That's a different spell. Thunderwave is, I'm reading the spell, a thunderous force sweeps out from you. A 15-foot cube originating from you.
Yeah, it could be in all directions.
So this one comes out from you, 15 feet, which would include you, Harkus, and Ardella.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Now they may choose to say, "Go ahead, do it. Blast the bear away from us. We'll try to withstand the hit."
No. Not at this point. I am going to attempt to push off.
Okay, so you're going to disengage. So you don't have to do anything then. You just disengaged. You stop, drop, and roll like a third grader at a fire drill. And you can run away.
I'm going to run away.
Where are you going?
I am going to run back. I'm going to attempt to run back to 2.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily able to do that. Now, you still have a bonus action, so if there are any spells or anything that use your bonus action, you can do those. But your action is to disengage, and then your movement is to run away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're back by 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do anything for a bonus action.
That's fine if you don't. Just sometimes there are spells that are as a bonus action. Like, for example, Healing Word that the clerics do is a bonus action. So, like, you could disengage, run away, and cast Healing Word if you have something that is a bonus action. Up next, around the bend comes another giant creature. This one is much fatter, uglier, and has dopey flesh dripping off of him, and looks to you, Granite Guts, as you're staring at him, like a giant dum-dum. As he rounds the corner, he rounds the corner, and as he does so, he goes, "Go! Go! Doug! Doug! Doug!" Sorry, I was saying his name wrong. His name is Doug. Doug! Where Doug? And your ready to action, Granite Guts, goes off as this thing rounds the corner going, Doug!
All right.
So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh no. That was terrible.
Your pike goes flying by and strikes the wall next to this thing, and it turns its head and looks directly at you and just opens its mouth and lets out a giant... And in its hand, it has what looks like a giant club, and as you see it brandish the giant club, you recognize blood on the end of the club. There's just like dripping with blood, or old, not dripping with blood, but old blood is staining the club. And it occurs to you, this may be what smashed in all the bodies of those men.
It also occurs to me, we've made bad decisions today.
It comes charging at you and meets this area, and it can't seem to squeeze itself in.
Yes!
Between these two walls. as it's just sort of growling at you and snarling, going, "Where, dog? Dog, no, dog!" And it hurls a javelin at you. Oh no, Granite Guts. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really don't want to TPK you guys. It crits.
Oh,
Oh dear.
fake news. Oh.
It does 18 piercing damage.
As he says he doesn't want a TPK. Lies.
Okay, so he said 18.
18. You dead?
No, I am not.
The bear is up. As Yagbor tries to bite at Ardella. 13, Ardella?
You're
13
muted.
hit you?
Oh, miss. Sorry, I was
And,
muted.
and claw at... he's probably going to claw at Harkus. 26, Harkus. Yeah. It does 13 slashing to you, Harkus.
Down on the
Harkus-
ground.
Harkus, you see Harkus drop down on the ground unconscious as the bear mauls at him. Toot, you're up. The giant Toot, are you familiar with beasts and what they might be?
Probably not.
You can roll nature if you want to know like what this thing is. I'll show you pictures. I've forgotten to give you guys pictures. This is that thing. I had plans to show everybody pictures. Nature, yeah, you don't know. A big dumb thing. And the other thing that seemed to be smarter thing looked like this. The bear looks like a bear.
Oh, bear.
Toot, you're up. As the ogre-looking thing that some of the party would recognize as an ogre is stuck behind the wall and just threw a giant spear through Granite Guts.
Okay. So, and it's Harkus that's down.
Harkus is down.
Okay. I will say, why did the doctor tell the nurses to be quiet when walking past the medicine cabinet? So they wouldn't wake the sleeping pills. And I will cast Healing Word on Harkus. You get 3 hit points. Don't die. And that was a bonus action. As my action, I will... It's actually Harkus that's up next, right?
Yes.
I'm losing where I put everything. Oh, okay, so you're at least half an orc. I will give you Bardic Inspiration, and I will say 3 orcs walk into a bar. The 4th one ducks. I don't know if that's inspiring at all or not, but you have...
That's great.
I'm inspired.
You
That's
have
great.
felt it.
inspiration.
That's great. Harkus, you're inspired. You regain consciousness with a bear on top of you, like mauling at you. You're prone on the ground. The bear is on top of you, clawing at you. What are you doing, Harkus? As you're re-inspired by the magical words of your Kinku telling jokes. Telling knock-knock jokes.
Get up and start swinging a longsword at him?
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to get up.
Oh, come on. All right, I'm using my Bardic Inspiration.
D6.
Let me tell you this.
Oh wait, no, I have like inspiration.
Oh, you have inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 19 is a hit. The bear reels back with
And I'm gonna swing at him
your,
with my unarmed strike.
with your slash. And then you uppercut the bear. That's a hit. 5 damage. Ardella, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. I'm still at the bear, so let me. I'm gonna slash at him with my great axe.
Okay.
These.
Hits.
Yes. Oh, I gotta click it in here. Yeah. Okay.
Holy crap. Ardella, describe to me how you end this bear.
I'd like to think I cut his head off, or nearly.
With a 22 damage? Yeah, I think you just do that. You cut the bear's head clean off. The bear falls over, head no longer on it, not responding anymore. What do you say? Do you say something badass?
Somebody heal me. I wish I could mount it, but don't want to carry it out of here.
Somebody bring it back to life and use it to pull the casks. All right.
Nice rug.
Granite. Oh, that's good. Granite Guts, you're up. You have a spear sticking out of your shoulder, I think.
All right. I am not as badass as Ardella. So I'm going to pull it out, but I'm not going to fling it back at him. I am, however, going to fling one of my own, and so we'll try another pike.
Okay.
Oh.
Hits.
Oh, thank goodness. Sweet. And I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Leonard, you're up.
All right, Leonard. Bear, get out of the way. I'm gonna move to where I can barely see this guy, but somebody is between me and him, so that I don't get nearly killed again. And I'm gonna try Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And that's
As you sort of barely can see him, your Ray of Frost, you just kind of shoot it randomly in an ogre direction, and it just sort of zings into a wall, just hits and misses.
that tracks with what I was trying to do. I was trying to stay safe rather than hit him.
Yeah. Yatara, you're up. You're also hidden down in the area. You can see him though, better than Leonard could.
Yeah, see him. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna stay where I am, but cast Firebolt.
Okay. Go ahead and do that, and tell me what the roll is.
15 plus 5, so 20.
Hits. Yeah, easily. Go ahead and roll the damage.
And rolled 8.
8. All right. Yeah, the fire sort of hits him square in the chest, and he kind of stumbles backwards just a little bit and goes, "Arr!" And he looks at you and all right. Yeah. I rolled an intelligence roll for an ogre to see what he would do. Just so you guys know, ogres have a -3 to intelligence. So instead of trying to go around to where Toot is, he just charges right back at the hole that he can't fit through and just rams into it, going, "Ah, dog, dog, dog!" And he throws another javelin at the nearest person to him, who is the Granite Guts.
Oh no.
17 to hit.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no.
This does 9 piercing to you, Granite
I
Guts.
should have hid behind Toot. Oh.
Cadillac, Uncle Cadillac drops down.
We barely knew ye. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he just
okay.
screams. He screams, "Dog! No, dog!"
Okay, so how many damage was that again?
9.
9. Okay, let's put that in the thing, and then that brings me into save territory. I'm unconscious.
Toot, you're up.
Okay. Did everybody just pause, or is it just Jeff?
No, I'm still here.
Nope, it's still here.
Okay.
It
Are you
does.
still with
Brings
us,
you in
Jeff?
death. I think
Alright.
my Zoom connection got unstable for a second. Tell me what you're doing again, Toot.
Okay. So first, I'm going to look at everybody and out of resources, and I'm going to rush over here. And with my action, can I attempt? Well, I don't know what you'll allow me to do, so you tell me what's an action, what's a bonus action.
Okay.
I'd like to try to stabilize him and pull him out of the direction of this guy. Like, I want to pull him out of line of sight.
Do you have any sort of spell to cast on him to heal him, or are you just trying
Out
to
of spell
stabilize?
slots, so I've got shit.
It is an action. You can make a medicine check on him.
Yeah, I don't even think I have a
Stabilize him.
healer's kit. I think I have like herbalism kit, and that's it.
You can just do a medicine check. You don't need a healer's kit. With a healer's kit, it allows you to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so you need a medicine check and what now? I'm sorry.
Just that's an action.
Okay.
It is an action to try to stabilize him. With a 16, you were able to stabilize Granite Guts. He is unconscious, but he is not dying.
Am I
Granite
able
Guts,
to pull him any way, like out of line of sight?
No. You can't.
with a
You
bonus
can either
action or
pull.
anything?
You can either pull him or you can stabilize him.
I'll stabilize him, and I'm gonna keep myself out of line of sight.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
all.
you can move and leave him. So you tend to him, you run over there, and basically what you do is you patch up the bleeding really quick. You apply pressure and put a dressing on it, and you're like, he won't die, and then you're like, I don't know what Toot says, since he is a kinku and can only speak in little phrases, but like, no die today, and then runs and hides.
I feel like shit is appropriate.
So
Okay.
how do I mark that on my sheet? Out
You're
of
just
curiosity.
unconscious. You're just unconscious.
Okay, I'm still okay.
Roll a d4 for me.
Me?
Yep, you.
Okay.
Unless somebody is able to heal you, you're going to be unconscious for an hour.
Okay.
You're not dead, but you're unconscious. You're not dying. You're stable. You're at basically 0 HP, but not making death saves. It's like you succeeded your death saving throws.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ardella, or I'm sorry, Harkus, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move here and then throw a dart at the troll in the dungeon.
Ogre. Troll would
and
be
I
much
failed
worse.
miserably.
Troll would be much worse. Ardella. I wouldn't do a troll to you guys, not at level 2. Or would
Okay. You would. Alright, I'm wondering why we haven't left yet, so
I? You're saving the beer, and your people are dying.
yeah. So I guess I'll go
No price
here.
to pay.
Yeah. And I'll slash with my great axe.
That's a negative.
Oh, I guess I won't. Alright.
All right, Granite Guts, you're just unconscious, so you're there. Leonard.
All right. We'll try Ray of Frost again.
Okay. That's a hit. We go.
For
One cold
that was the
damage.
first one. Yeah, I clicked twice. One cold damage.
One cold damage. Yatara.
I go the trusty firebolts again.
Okay.
That plus 14.
Hits.
Two damage.
Okay. It's the ogre's turn, and he's close enough to Ardella, who got up into melee range, and he takes his great club and bashes at you, Ardella.
Oh,
Critical miss.
thank God.
He crit misses with the great club that you can now see has the blood of multiple villagers on it. Toot, who's hiding in a burial chamber.
Yeah. Seeing that we're still not to the point of running yet, I'm gonna reach out, or I'm gonna basically stand over Granite Guts. I'm not going to end my turn here, but I'm going to stand over them. And
Okay.
I'm going to say at the giant, why did the giant say to Jack? What did the giant say to Jack when he caught him sneaking around his castle? Have you been stalking me? And it's vicious mockery.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm sorry.
I love it.
And then I'm going to move back out of the way. Because
Okay.
this is all I got now.
He's very unwise, and that hits him.
Okay.
Harkus, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna stay right here and throw a dart at him again.
Okay.
Oh, come on! It's 2 in a row!
All right, Ardella.
All right. Guess I'll slash again.
All right, great axing. Oh my goodness, everybody's rolling terrible. The unconscious Cadillac and Leonard, you're up.
All right. We're going to do the same thing. This is the only thing I can do.
Nope. Yutara, somebody kill the ogre, please.
Ogre's just standing there like, what are you doing?
Everybody's just like firing off misses at him.
I hit him
You did.
for
Good job.
8 cold damage.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I thought you rolled an 8. No, 8
No.
cold damage does hit. Yes.
Damage. 22 was
That's
the
the
hit.
damage. 20 yes, you hit. You for sure hit.
He's still
Yutara.
alive, but
It's still
I
alive,
rolled a
yes.
10. So I rolled
10?
10.
That misses. All right, Ardella, it great clubs at you again. 22 to hit, Ardella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hits now.
Yeah. Trying to roll the damage now. Taking forever to roll.
You don't have to.
There we go. 16 bludgeoning damage.
And I'm out. Yeah.
Ardella drops down unconscious as the ogre lets out a toot. You're up.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm just gonna look at him and continue throwing insults at him.
Oh wait! You're right. He got hit with vicious mockery. That was a. Oh, it still hits. The disadvantage roll was a 20. Sorry, Ardella.
Yeah, I'm still gonna keep doing it. I've been diagnosed with a chronic fear of giants, P5 phobia.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fails. Just the ogre is going to fail every wisdom save.
And I'm just gonna do 3 damage every time.
Yeah, that'll eventually kill it. Harkus.
This just feels like I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah, you see Ardella unconscious at the ogre's feet. The ogre
Okay.
has a great club. It looks like it's about to bash Ardella's brain in, just like it did to those villagers in the snow.
So I'm gonna run up here and 2-hand sword it.
Okay.
God, I hope this goes better than before.
Well, now it's not going to bash Ardella's brains in. It's going to try to kill you. That hits. Eight damage.
And then
Good.
I'm gonna hit it with my unarmed strike.
Punch him. Monks are so weird. You just like hit punch, hit punch, hit punch, hit punch. Hits.
Oh. There we go.
7 damage. The ogre sort of staggers backwards a little bit and lets out a. Ardella, make me a death save.
Lord. I gotta figure out how to do that.
Just roll a d20.
Okay.
Fail.
But I still have the inspiration. Does that matter?
You can use that to roll again. It's I might save it because it is you have to fail 3 times before you're dead.
Okay.
It's either 3 successes or 3 failures, whichever one you fail happens first.
I don't want to put
Okay.
any pressure on anybody, but kind of need this thing dead before it hits me.
Cadillac, you're unconscious. Leonard, you're up.
All right, I have one move. I have one thing I can do.
Just ray of frosting it.
Actually, I have another thing I can do. Let me see if that can be worth doing.
Can you build the gun?
That would be
Okay,
awesome.
You hear the sound of sheep and goats baying in the background as they're sort of going crazy during all this fight, realizing there are sheep and goats here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this again.
Okay. That's a hit.
Three
You ray of
cold
frost.
damage.
You ray of frosted, and he sort of like staggers backwards a little bit, going. "Roar." Yatara, you're up.
Get another firebolt.
Okay.
Oh crap. 6.
6 is a miss. He steps back forwards and brings the great club down on Harkus. 17 Harkus.
That'll do it.
19 bludgeoning damage.
That'll do it.
Harkus drops unconscious. Toot, you're up.
Okay. Toot's gonna go here and attempt to drag Ardella out of line of fire.
Thank you.
Or is he, while yelling as many obscenities as he can that he's heard in multiple taverns. Just incoherent
Okay.
babbling of obscenity.
Make me a strength check.
This will go well because I'm a bard.
Oh, nice.
You're able to start dragging Ardella away. The ogre is going to swing a great club at you, Toot, as
Well, I
he
mean,
takes an
I'm not-
opportunity.
Is it a 10-foot reach?
Yes.
Shit. Okay, fine.
Oh no, it's a 5-foot reach. No, you're right. You managed to stay 5 feet away, so yes.
Okay.
Then
How
you
far
can-
can
you
I
drag-
get?
The question is, can it take an opportunity attack against a body? I'm going to rule no. You're able to drag its body away. It was distracted by hitting Harkus.
Okay.
With a crit 20 on your strength check, you're able to pull Ardella your full movement.
Okay, I'm just gonna like put her body somewhere here, and then like move up closer
Okay.
to where everybody's at. Well, probably here, out of
Okay.
sight.
Harkus, make me a death save.
I don't want to. Oh, Lord.
Success. Ardella, make me a death save. Success. 1 success and 1 failure for Ardella.
Yay.
Cadillac is unconscious. Leonard. We've got a bard, a wizard, and an artificer up, and the ogre's just going. "No, no."
8 cold damage.
He staggers backwards and sort of drops down onto a knee a little bit. He grabs a spear that was on the ground that had stabbed through granite guts once and seems to be readying it. Yatara, you're up.
So Harkus, I'm assuming Harkus is in his radius.
Yeah, Harkus is unconscious. This thing looks like it could end Harkus's existence.
I'm going to attempt to pull Harkus back.
Okay. You're going to run up and try to drag Harkus out of there. Make me a strength check.
$17.
Yeah, with a 17, you're able to pull Harkus basically your full movement. Where are you stashing his body?
I'm going to pull him back. Actually, I'm going to pull him back kind of behind where Toot is.
Okay. You're able to pull him back there. The ogre steps up on his knee, steps forward, and hurls a javelin at Leonard. with disadvantage because of the vicious mockery. He rolls a 23.
That, funnily enough, just
Hits.
barely hits.
13 damage as the javelin smacks you.
Oh, I'm dead again.
Leonard drops down unconscious.
Oh, no.
Toot, you're up. We've got Toot and Yatara. The ogre seems to be bleeding out of all of his places.
All right, so Cadillac is at least stabilized,
Yes.
but I think Toot's just like,
Cadillac is stabilized. Ardella's dying.
yeah.
Harkus is dying, and Leonard is dying.
Okay, I think I'm gonna yell at Yatara to get out of line of sight.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to come over to Ardella and attempt to stabilize her. I'm not gonna try.
Okay, roll me medicine check.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Success.
Alright.
Actually, I need to
Legend.
look something up. I need to look up a critical success in the medicine check.
Legendary.
With a crit, I'm gonna homebrew rule this one. Ardella regains consciousness at 1 HP.
Yay.
Okay.
With a crit medicine check.
And I'm just
you
gonna. Go ahead.
you manage to stabilize Ardella, and her eyes sort of blink open with 1 HP.
Okay, I'm just gonna like continue to smack her face and say, "Stay out of line of sight."
I just kind of nod and crawl over out of the way.
Arcus, death save. Success, 2 successes. Ardella, you're up. The ogre is just like, looks terrible. He looks like he's bleeding out of all of his bleedy places. Lots of holes in him.
I'm gonna stay out of line of sight as I was told and just crawl into a hidey hole.
You're gonna take the hide action?
Heck yeah.
Alright. Granite Guts, you are unconscious on the ground. Leonard, death save.
Oh, let's see, where is that indeed? Oh, here it is. Well, I think here it is. Oh, there we go. I think that rolled it.
That is 2 fails, Leonard.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh no.
That's no bueno.
Ooh.
Yatara, you're up.
So I lost track. Is this thing? Has it chucked
It looks
all of its
terrible.
spears at this point?
It has, yes. It doesn't have a speed. Well, it could probably grab one of them. But, yeah.
Is one of them still in its radius to grab at this point?
Probably not. It's probably out of spears right now.
All right, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it again.
Okay. Do it.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought that was a 1 at first. 12.
12 is a hit. Roll the damage.
Oh, 5.
Describe to me how you kill the ogre with this firebolt.
As the ogre's mouth hangs open, the firebolt enters its mouth and explodes.
Well, that's perfect.
Nice.
His head just sort of goes as you hear him going, and just the ogre just collapses in a heap.
Yeah, I
Go on.
immediately rush over to Leonard and attempt to stabilize him first, since he
Okay.
looks the worst.
Roll me a medicine check. It is your turn, Toot, so you can do that. Leonard is stable and unconscious.
Oh, wonderful.
Harkus,
Yay.
make a death save. That is a success. Harkus, you are stabilized. I need Leonard and Harkus to each roll d4s, please. Leonard, you're going to be around in an hour, along with Granite Guts around in an hour. Harkus, you're going to be around in an hour. Everybody's gaining consciousness in 1 hour.
Oh man.
On the upside, we are in a very warm cave.
You're in a very warm cave.
On
I
the
will-
downside, we're milestone level.
Yeah. You all hear a growling sound from deep inside the cave. No, I'm just kidding. Things are quiet at this point. Toot, you're able to collect yourself. Multiple of your party members are unconscious, but through your quick action, you've been able to stabilize them.
Yeah, if I can, I want to pull them out of this and like pull them in the like catacombs area and just out from where I think other things could come in.
You're able to do that with time. Drag everybody into these catacombs. Drag all of your unconscious party members. Things are still and quiet as you do that. Toot. It's very, very, very cold now as you're not near the fire, and the wind from outside is whipping. The bodies of the fallen foes are around you with the blood of your fellow adventurers sort of around. You've been able to basically shred maybe your clothing and pieces of your pack to make makeshift dressings to save their lives, but you're a little bit cold for the wear now as you've had to use some like winter gear to do that. Yatara, you're still alive, and Ardella, you're conscious. Harkus and Granite Guts and Leonard all unconscious. I don't know how you guys feel or what you guys are experiencing right now as you're sort of in this cold, dark place, tomb with multiple party members barely clinging to life.
I feel like the amount of blood that Toot has on him, like he's panicking and trying to get it off, but it just won't come off. Like he's trying to wipe it on everything, but it's still just there.
Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will leave it for the night. Congratulations on surviving and not being TPK'd. I warn you, there are places in this campaign where it is not leveled for you.
Yeah.
So in an announcer voice, you hear Toot say, "If you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and slam that bell."
That was awesome, guys. Congratulations
was.
on not dying.
Yeah, that felt like an accomplishment. Not dying.
Yes.
There were absolutely no punches pulled. There were no HP reduced. There were no saving throws.
No.
Nope. That was straight up. That was the way the dice fell. You did it.
And
Just
MVP
FYI,
award.
Yeah, just FYI, I'm not built to be the healer. I'm good if you fall down, I can get you back up, but all I've got is healing words, so like
Well, you were the real MVP tonight.
Yeah. The lesson learned here is all of us need to go back and buy healing potions.
Yeah.
50 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
But since supplies have been dwindling, prices are rising. Good night, everybody. We'll pick it up here next week in the caves outside of Good Mead, where you have bested the Verbeeg foe. Hope you guys had a good time, and we'll pick it up here next time, where you are dealing with finding the casks of honeymead that these creatures took.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yep.
Congratulations on not getting TPK'd. Good night, everybody.
Yay.
Everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Awesome.